Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. Got some stuff to share with you today. Today I want to talk about quarterly goals, what I've accomplished the first quarter of this year, and what I hope to accomplish in the second quarter of this year. And if that sounds like something you'd be interested in hearing about, stay tuned. So in January, these are the things that I accomplished in the 31 days of January. I got COVID-19, yay, go me, and I survived. I outlined the second book in the Mount Moriah series entitled The Inn on Main Street. I finished the first round of edits on my big fantasy. My editor got those back to me in January, and we took care of the first round. I began the second half of the first book's edits, the first book in the Mount Moriah series, entitled In the Holler. I forgot to tell y'all, I should have started this whole thing out with, there's going to be 3 books mentioned. In the Holler, book 1, Mount Moriah series. In on Main Street, book 2, Mount Moriah series, and my big fantasy. Anyway, I got through a lot of edits on that last half of book 1, In the Holler. I finished listening to the audiobook for Disc of Death. I finished listening to it, got it uploaded on Audible for their QC. And I also did a lot of formatting. I worked on the formatting for the first book in the Mount Moriah series. And I sent it to alpha readers and beta readers. I put up a blog post on my website at kimsmithauthor.com every Friday. I also uploaded YouTube videos every week. So if you've been watching my channel for a minute, you probably already know because there's a lot of videos out there for you to go through already. I also sent out my newsletter on time, and that's a major accomplishment, you guys. I don't know why I struggle with my newsletter so much. I love my newsletter subscribers. They're fabulous people, and they truly care about what I'm doing. Don't know why I have so much trouble getting that thing out on time, but it did go out on time in January. Coming up, February's goals. Okay, so in February, I did a lot of things as well. These are the things that I accomplished in February. I wrote past the midpoint in book 2 of the Mount Moriah series, The Inn on Main Street. Past the midpoint would have been about the halfway point. I got all the edits done on the first book in the series, In the Holler. I reviewed audio files for You to a Kill. Disc of Death, that I mentioned a minute ago, is the first book in my Shannon Wallace mystery series. You to a Kill is the second book in my Shannon Wallace mystery series. I got those audiobook files reviewed, and I began promoting In the Holler. I rebranded the channel. I rebranded WriterGroupie. I created a whole new banner and things like that, trying to kind of solidify the color scheme and the ideas for the channel. And I walked 2 miles most days. That's a fabulous, fabulous accomplishment for me because, you know, health is always a goal for me. It should be a goal for all writers, you know, because we sit a lot. We are behind a computer a lot, and it's very, very critical that we take care of our health. And finally, this is March. These are all the things I did in March, you guys. I'm so excited. Let me share. Okay. So March was very busy, obviously. I had company in-house for a week in March, and I still managed to get all this stuff done. Y'all bear that in mind. First, I finished drafting the second book in the Mount Moriah series called In on Main Street, and I finished it early. Now, it wasn't but about 2 days early, but that's a big deal to me because when you're trying to draft a whole book, you're really trying to get the word count out there every day, and to finish your first draft early feels really good. I also got the first round of edits for the second book finished. That In on Main Street, not only did I finish drafting the whole thing, but I also finished the edits for the whole thing in March. I picked the cover for book 2 in March. And I started that publishing phase for book 2, meaning, formatting, cover art, last minute edits, sending it to betas, that kind of stuff. I finished the audio book review for all my audio books. The 3rd book in the Shannon Wallace series, I finished it and sent that to QC today. I put book 1 on pre-order, the In the Holler. Y'all get my titles confused. In the Holler, the first book in the Mount Moriah series, is up on pre-order at Amazon. If you're interested in it, go get it. It's a romantic women's fiction. I think you'll love it. I also picked the cover for book 1 in March. I mean, I did drafting, editing, and the publishing phase pretty much all in March for that book. I walked 2 miles almost every day. I developed a morning routine, including tarot reads. And this is going to be very helpful to me when I get busy creating the tarot reads for you for the Tarot for Writers videos. I posted a video every week on YouTube, go me. I started putting up a podcast once a month at WriterGroupie.net. So if you were interested in listening to the podcast, it feeds to iTunes, and I'm not quite sure where else, but it definitely is on WriterGroupie. You can go and have a listen. It comes on April 18th of this month. It was on March 18th. It was on February 18th. It was on January the 18th. On the 18th of the month, that's when the podcasts come out. I also started putting up the podcast once a month. I just told you that. I sent my newsletter. Yay! I sent my newsletter on time in March. I sent it on January, I sent it in February, and I sent it in March. I am so happy with myself because it's a big deal for me. I don't know why it's so much trouble, but it is. So there you go. That's what I did the first quarter of the month. Stay tuned for what's coming up. So this is the Kanban board, and these are the things that I have already listed that are coming in the next quarter. By the way, a while ago when I said the first quarter of the month, I meant the first quarter of the year. Sometimes my mouth does not follow my brain. Anyway, so these are things right here. I have it listed April, May, and June. That is the goal. That's like, that's number 1 goal, number 2 goal, number 3 goal. I can already tell you. Number 1 goal has everything to do with my books. The purple ones over here, these are my fantasy books. This is the big fantasy that I'm working on. Second goal is increase the YouTube subscribers. You guys, if you haven't gone out and subscribed to this channel, please do that. I need you. I'm trying to get WriterGroupie in the URL for YouTube, and they won't give it to you unless you have 100 subscribers. So if you're, of the mind, let me beg you, please. And over here is my 3rd goal, which is all about my health. I'm gonna eat less carbs, walk 2 miles a day at least, and try and, just be overall healthier. Get more sleep, drink more water, all those kinds of things. As you can see, I've already gotten rid of the first quarter stickies. There was so many of them, they were already falling down. So that's it, you guys. That's what's happened over the last quarter, and that's what's coming in the next quarter. I look forward to seeing you then. Until next time.